Welcome to SOLiD University. In this video, we will cover how to properly set amplifier power sharing in an Alliance DAS. We will discuss what easy set power distribution is and how it works. It is critical to understand how to properly set power sharing in order to successfully operate the Alliance DAS. Everything demonstrated during this video should be performed by a certified individual. By the end of this video, you will be more familiar with the easy set function and how to use it to properly set power sharing in an Alliance DAS. Let's start with discussing what power sharing is. Power sharing in the context of a neutral host DAS is a term that means each mobile network operator, or MNO, achieves the designed percentage of shared amplifier power. Normally the amplifier power is shared equally between the MNOs, but this isn't always the case. Adjusting the DAS settings to achieve the design power sharing profile and KPIs is an important part of network integration. EasySet is a function built into the Alliance DAS management system, the DMS 1200. It allows certified individuals to make batch changes to the DAS settings. For this video, we'll be focusing on the power distribution settings specifically. When you first log on to a DMS 1200, the topology page will come up. Before using EasySet, we will need to ensure that all MDBU ports that need to be set are activated. Normally these ports are activated as soon as the integration begins by the certified professional performing the integration service. To activate the ports, click on the IBIU being integrated to navigate to the topology of that sector. Once the sector topology is displayed, click on the IBIU again. This will bring up the IBIU's command tab. You may need to scroll down a bit to see them, but this is the page where you can find the MDBU control tabs. Click on the tab of the band being integrated. For this example, we were looking at the 700 and 850 MHz band MDBU, but you will need to activate all ports that will be in use. Activate the port by clicking the off button on the right. The first port you activate will trigger a pop-up that warns you about activating ports and how they affect the total link budget. This is because the MDBU is set up to automatically apply equal power sharing based on the number of ports active. Meaning, if you have 2 ports active, each will get 50% of the amplifier's power. Manual adjustment of the power sharing settings are only required when unequal power sharing percentages are needed. Unequal power sharing happens in one of 2 scenarios. The first, not all of the mobile network operators are being integrated at the same time, meaning we must set power sharing manually since not all ports will be activated in the beginning. And second, mobile network operators may require unequal power sharing. They can have this requirement for different reasons, but the most common 2 are when they wish to do bandwidth proportional power sharings, or when they decide not to pre-combine different channels on the same band and wish to have unequal power between them. When an integrator determines that unequal power sharing is required, the EasySet page is found by mousing over the control tab and clicking on EasySet. Once the EasySet page opens, click on the Power Distribution tab. For this video, we are simulating that only AT&T is going to be integrated on day 1 of the DAS deployment. The other 2 mobile network operators will come on board later, but the amplifiers need to be provisioned in a way to save their portions of the transmit power for the other 2 mobile network operators. Note that only 1 port per band is activated in the MDBUs. The integrator only needs to know 2 items of information in order to complete the power sharing settings. Number 1 is the maximum composite RF power into the port, and number 2 is the power ratio or percentage of the amplifier that port should receive. Once those values are entered, the block should be highlighted green to show a change is going to happen, and the system calculates the amount of attenuation that is needed on each port. The next step is to click on Run, but before you do so, ensure that the checkbox next to With System Commissioning is unchecked. If you run the program with that box checked, it will undo all of your prior commission settings, instead of just running the power distribution. Once Run is clicked, a warning pop-up will remind you about the With System Commissioning setting. You must click Cancel to go back and uncheck the box, or click OK to proceed. Once OK is clicked, the system will make all of the power sharing adjustments so that each port receives the downlink amplifier power ratio as set. Note, these settings are only a one-time batch command and not an active monitor designed to keep the ratio if the inputs change. That means that when another port is activated, you will need to run the power distribution again to keep the desired power ratio. As we've seen, using the Easy Set feature on the Alliance DAS management system simplifies power sharing settings on a neutral host DAS. If you have any questions regarding this video's content or SOLiD certification training opportunities, please email training@solid.com. If you need support for an active project, please contact support@solid.com.